Hope you're having a really good Friday. We appreciate you. Thank you for watching. Right, Kendall?
Thank y'all.
We're in a good mood today. It's been a while since we gathered the Jason Show staff together on air. We're ending the week by sharing some of the things we're loving lately, and we're calling it our best things ever. Plural, Kendall, plural. Joining me today, once again, the lovely Kendall, the lovely executive producer Jeff, and the loveliest show producer Ted Johnson. Hello, stars.
Hello.
Hello. Hello, everybody. Hello. How's everybody doing? Jeff, how you doing?
Good.
Ted, how you doing?
I'm doing very, very good.
Ted, how do you think the show's going up? How do you think the show's going so far?
I think we hit we got off on a good note, and we've been holding it through this whole time, so I feel good.
Perfect. Well, let's start off. I will go first. My best thing ever is a streaming service that I've mentioned briefly every so often, but now I'm making it official. It is YouTube TV. Now, there's Hulu Live. There's a lot of versions of this. But for me, guys, I'm hearing myself back in my ear. If we can fix that, thank you. Anyway, this is the best of all of those types of services because of the interface. You're looking, I shot this morning. This is kind of what it looks like. This is you see the tabs up there, Library, Home, Live. Library is what you record on their version of a DVR, and you press it, and you watch it wherever you are. Then you can press the live tab to watch actual live TV, like cable, like here. This was me pressing Real Housewives that I recorded. You press it and boom, you watch the latest episode. The best part about this is a twofer. First, you can still get your local channels, like any cable service. And number two, and other services have this too, but what I love about it is you can watch YouTube TV on your phone, you can watch it on an iPad, and then if you have like an Apple TV, then you watch it on TV. Ever since we subscribed for YouTube TV, I rarely turn on my cable. I literally, the hub of my entertainment now is my Apple TV. If I want to watch Channel 9 live, I go to YouTube TV. If I want to watch a show that I've DVR'd, I watch it on YouTube TV. It is, in my opinion, the best of all of those types of streaming cable replacements, I will say. Anybody have it in this group?
My parents do.
I have it.
You have it, Kendall?
Yeah, we love it. We ended up getting rid of cable and just using this. And so did my parents. And my parents were like a little worried about figuring it out. I mean, technologically speaking, but it's just like anything. You get the hang of it really quickly.
How's the DVR? That's probably a question a lot of people have.
How is the DVR? Thank you for asking. It's really good because again, there's a little search right up the top. Like let's say you want to record Hell's Kitchen. You go to the search function, you put in Hell's Kitchen, it pops up as a show, and then I think it's a little check mark, or no, a plus. You hit the little plus, boom, and then you never have to worry about it again. YouTube TV will automatically record every episode of Hell's Kitchen, no matter when it's on, no matter what network it's on, and it'll just be waiting for you in the library.
And it's unlimited.
It's unlimited. That's the other thing too, to Jeff. The library, you can record thousands of hours, and there's never a limit of too much in your library.
Nice.
Yeah. It's just, the interface is what sells it for me, and the convenience. I was telling Jeff, a real life scenario. Let's say Ted and I are sharing a delicious pretzel somewhere, and all of a sudden I'm like, oh crap, I forgot to record The Bachelorette. I can just pull up YouTube TV
and plunk it in
and hit record, and then I don't have to be home to record something if I forget. Now, I will acknowledge, like Jeff said, there's a couple other services that do that. In my opinion, they're a little clunky. This YouTube TV has never failed me. Never.
My only thing that people are watching might want to know, they do not have local sports. They don't have Bally Sports North, which is kind of a big thing for me.
What does Jason do?
Yeah, how's he going to watch his Minnesota Wild?
For me and for other people, it is a bit of a because they got rid of it.
They did get rid of it?
And they had it, and they got rid of it.
We better get to Ted.
Sorry.
We have to get to Ted. Oh. Wow. Did you hear us?
We're running out of time.
Okay, Ted.
Well, this kind of builds off yours because I got rid of cable a few weeks ago.
Oh.
Yeah, we did a little budget crunching around the house.
We,
Ted, you live
the
alone.
bunnies?
Yeah, me, myself, and I.
Yeah.
So got rid of cable in favor of Paramount Plus, HBO Max, and Discovery Plus.
Oh.
And I am loving Paramount Plus because I've got so many episodes of Love Island.
Is that the only reason you love Paramount Plus?
But, well, so Love Island airs, and then they have like special episodes of it, and then they, if there's an episode on Monday night, it's up like when I'm up on Tuesday morning, or Stephen Colbert's show, it airs at night, and then when I'm up in the morning getting ready for the show, it's already on. So it's like it's almost like a DVR,
Yeah.
but it's
And
don't even miss cable.
You know what else is on there, Ted, on Paramount Plus?
The Good Fight.
The Good Fight and RuPaul's Drag Race, Ted.
Oh.
Remember, you love the Drag Race now.
I do love the Drag Race.
Yeah. So Paramount.
Why are they lip syncing?
Exactly. What are drag queens? Anyway, so Paramount Plus and YouTube TV, two best things ever. We have more when we return. Back in a moment, everyone. We are back. Today, the Jason Show staff is sharing their latest best things ever, giving you the lowdown on the things we're loving lately. Next up, our fearless and beautiful leader, executive producer
Beautiful.
Jeff.
That's a new one. Okay, my best thing ever is a new documentary on HBO Max. It's part of a series on all these music documentaries, and it's called Woodstock 99, Peace, Love, and Rage. So people in my generation and Jason's generation, he's a few months older, they will remember Woodstock 99 for the fires, but what led up to those fires is crazy. Take a look.
In pop culture, there's this dark energy coming from young white males that entertainment is perpetuating.
You have a crowd who are excited, inebriated, and you give them a band to help them release that energy. What do you think's gonna happen?
They had the crowd going insane. People were dehydrated, passing out.
There are a lot of stupid humans around here.
We walked off stage and we're like, get out of here. Like, we need to leave right now.
Okay, this documentary was so good. Like, there are so many things that you learn from this. Basically, this was a disaster from the start. 400,000 people in 100-degree heat with no shade. It was at an old Air Force base in New York. And people went crazy because they charged $4 for water. So people started breaking the fountains that were drinking fountains for free and bathing in the drinking fountains. They didn't have enough bathrooms. And the bands that they picked had nothing to do with like peace and love at all back in 1999.
Wasn't it like Limp Bizkit?
It was like, yeah, here are some of the bands. Limp Bizkit, Korn, Kid Rock. Like those, I mean, fine if you like them, but they don't really fit the
Woodstock.
peace and love
Yeah.
Woodstock theme. And it just turned into like this anti-pop music campaign, and MTV was the sponsor of it. If you think about 99, Jason, you'll remember, like
Yeah.
Britney Spears, NSYNC, that was their rise, and that's all that played on MTV. So all of a sudden MTV puts on Woodstock, and they have Limp Bizkit, Korn, and Kid Rock. It was going against it was two music genres clashing at once.
What? Wasn't Enya there?
No, they only had 3 females for the whole weekend. Alanis Morissette, Sheryl Crow, and Jewel. One each day.
Good choices.
And so here's not cool, but the ironic part about the fires. There was an anti-violence group that gave out candles to everyone at the event. And those candles are what lit the plywood around the whole venue. And it ended the night with like huge bonfires. People were ripping apart everything. And MTV had to evacuate all of their staff because it was just chaos. They didn't know what was happening.
Jeff, how many, you said it right at the beginning, and Kendall gasped. How many was in attendance? 400,000?
400,000.
That's insane.
And the things you learn, like people died. Like I didn't
would
know
assume
that.
so.
People died. There were crimes all over. It was chaos. And this documentary is so good.
I mean, it's
fascinating.
That's like the population of Minneapolis, isn't
Yeah.
it? 400,000, 430, something like that?
All at an Air Force base with no shade, all cement, people couldn't even walk because it was so hot on the cement.
Ugh.
Oh,
And they were bathing in mud. They thought was mud. It wasn't mud. That's all I'm going to say. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's a morning show.
it is.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
It's fantastic.
This keeps coming up on the carousel on HBO Max, and I have yet to watch it. I am going to watch it now.
It's worth it.
I had never heard of it. And I mean, it sounds interesting, but do you think people who had not heard of this specific concert and festival would still like this?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And once you hear about the organizers, how bad of a PR machine they were,
Oh,
and they're planning another one soon.
oh.
Yeah.
Well,
Get your tickets now.
They better get Enya to that one. Kendall has 2 best things to share, and both could help you actually this weekend. I have the best colleagues in the world. I love my team here. You guys, You guys. Welcome back to our staff Best Thing Ever show. You've heard from Ted, you've heard from Jeff and myself. Now it is Kendall's turn.
Okay, so I've got 2 different food-related items. The first one is a baking blog that I found on Pinterest. Well, through Pinterest. It turns out this woman is really popular too. Her name's Sally's Baking Addiction. That's the homepage of it. She started the blog in 2011 as just like a self-taught baker, and it just completely blew up. What I really like about it is she's got a ton of baking tips, like how do you pipe something? How do you soften butter quickly? How do you measure what's this measurement versus this measurement? A lot of videos, really clear instructions. And what I really, really liked, because I talked about that app that I have.
Yeah,
the New York Times cooking app, where I learned some things. But on this one, it actually is the only blog I've ever found that's just really succinct and clear. And her recipes are so good. Like, I have not made a single one that has not turned out well. And I'm a very novice baker. Like, it's really good.
I heard one of the guys who kind of gasped at that. Has anyone tried it in the group?
It looks good, though.
Oh, okay. I thought one of you had tried it.
My question is, what has Kendall made, and why haven't we seen it at work?
Yeah.
Why, thank you. I made a list. All right. I made the lemon layer cake with lemon cream cheese buttercream.
Pass.
I also made...
Ted, will you hold your comments until the ride comes to a complete stop?
Thank you. I've also made her classic cheesecake recipe. And there were a lot of tips because cheesecake's hard to make, and it was divine. I have made a couple of her different frostings that she suggests, and my next one I'm going to make is the strawberry rhubarb crumb bars.
Okay, Ted, any of the things she mentioned would you consume?
No.
Frosting.
The frosting's delicious.
Okay.
Why do you even try?
And I will speak for Jeff Kendall. All of those things we would be more than happy to consume if you ever brought them in here.
Well, I've been thinking about making these pistachio cupcakes with strawberry whipped frosting.
Perfect. Bring them in.
I could make those.
Now, I hear you have a second best thing ever.
I do. Oh, and by the way, this woman has a cookbook, a couple cookbooks too. So if that's more of your vibe. Okay, the other thing is somewhere Jordan and I love to go. We've been going there since we started dating because it's in Uptown, so we used to walk there. It's called Kiku Bistro. It's a sushi restaurant, Asian fusion sushi place. There's a couple of pictures from their website. It's off 28th and Hennepin, so sort of by the bus stop once you go down Hennepin toward downtown.
Okay.
By the YWCA, bright blue building. Jen, who owns the place, so it's locally owned, and her Raul, who runs everything there too, are wonderful people. But they've got sushi, teriyakis, tempura. They used to have a phenomenal happy hour that went basically all night, but they can't right now because of course everybody's just trying to get themselves under them. But a couple things if you ever want to go there. Honestly, it's my favorite sushi place in the metro. The lake roll, so good. Pink geisha roll and the Vegas roll. They're my 3 favorites, and every time I suggest someone go there, they ask me what to get, and those are the 3. And
those are the, repeat them. You know how people are. I want to make sure.
The lake roll, that is our absolute favorite. The lake roll, the pink geisha, and the Vegas roll, which is a cooked roll.
Okay.
Just a little different. But it's next to Troubadour, too, the wine bar. So if you want to do like a date night, you can go and have wine at Troubadour.
What's in a Vegas roll?
I don't normally I actually hate cream cheese in my roll, but it actually has cream cheese, jalapeno, some orange sauce. I don't remember what it's called. But.
Well, and may I piggyback, and this is also a tease for I think maybe next week or the week after. Yesterday I went to a little sneak preview of a restaurant that Kendall's going to be heading to next week for a story. And it is a Minnesota farmers owned and based restaurant right next to the Guthrie. A farmer's kitchen and bar. It was phenomenal,
Yeah?
and I can't wait. Kendall's going to give all of you watching a tour of it. I was telling executive producer Jeff, this is only one of 2 of its kind in the country. I don't know why more farmer unions aren't doing this. Most of the items, I mean, you know, it can't be everything, but I think it's around 90% of the items this restaurant serves is from Minnesota farmers.
I just think that's so cool too.
It's
it's all local food, locally. It's going toward your community and supporting people that we all want to support and love.
Yeah.
Really
Like
cool.
the beef guy. It was funny. They were introducing me to people. I met the goat
beef
cheese
guy.
I met the goat cheese woman, and then my husband said, "Oh, and that guy right there." And I said, you know, and this guy has jeans, a giant belt buckle, a cowboy shirt, and a Stetson. He goes, "That's the beef guy." And I'm like, "Yeah, really?"
Sounds like Ted on the weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is me.
That is Ted
I'm
on
the
the-
beef guy.
But I love that they had to tell me that's the beef guy. No, I thought that was the oatmeal guy. Of course it's the beef guy.
Of course.
He looks like he just got off a horse, for heaven's sake. But anyway, Kendall's going to be there next week. We'll air it soon. It's such a cool concept, and you're supporting Minnesota, and you're supporting good farm families.
Yep.
Oh, Jeff went out.
Did we lose Jeff?
We didn't pay the cable bill or the
Studio A is
electricity
done.
bill.
Did they turn the lights out on you, Jeff?
I'm pretty boring today. We might as well go to break.
It was like the Gong Show, Jeff. They just said, okay, Jeff's boring. Let's bring down the lights. Do they not know we're doing a show in here?
Some people
Maybe there's
might
a
not.
meeting going on.
Maybe there's a. They love to have meetings during the Jason Show. That's what they're doing. Anyway, give it up for Kendall, Ted, and Jeff. Those are our latest best things ever. We're going to take a break. We're going to say goodbye to the audience and more right after these words. It's just the Jason Show. Let's just bring the lights down.